Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Houston Texans. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 43-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st down, Texans. So
operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the air now with Watson. Flush to his right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Todd Gurley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Texans 7, Titans nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll throw right away. They set up the screen for Henry. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. The end result, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. Cameron Batson, his first touchdown on the year. An extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second and 9 at the 24-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Now it's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Complete to
Duke Johnson, 76 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tannehill on first down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A run with Gurley there on first down. Going to get about 4 yards.
On the carry.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25 on second down, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson.
Watson's pass.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting him score a touchdown versus holding him to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 40 now on second down. Tannehill. Henry's got it. Out on the left side. pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
And finally out of bounds, just inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's first and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
The line of scrimmage.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone to...
And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Texans take over first and 10. At their own.
The Texans offense ready. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second and 10, Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Gurley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Henry. He'll He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Derrick Henry, you may remember last year against Houston in the season finale, 211 yards rushing, one of only 200-yard games in the NFL last year. And not only that, but that game won him the rushing title because Nick Chubb was the leader, but he struggled in the final week against the Bengals. And then up from behind came Henry. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Flushed out right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
By the wide receiver.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
He's coming. He's coming.
On second down, here's Henry. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the points that they just had against them.
And right side, Henry's got it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tannehill. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
A 32-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the 2nd. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 83 yards. And the Texans have retaken the lead. 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I started with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Darrington Evans on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get but buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now the rookie runner from App State, it's Darrington Evans. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And it's complete. Henry. And he will have a Titans 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Throwing on 2nd down. Tannehill. Smith catches left side. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now Cobb to return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. He'll run it, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And some space here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Henry on the carry.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gain of 4.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, 77 yards. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more than that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run. Because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
Randall Cobb on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
It's a pickup of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
On downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Mike Vrabel saw him on the sideline. He didn't even hesitate. They will go for it on 4th. They snap it to Tannehill. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have once again taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
3rd down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Here we go on 4th. Watson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone,
You've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 26-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure. Kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this fourth quarter. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the safety. Trip left.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
The 33-yard line.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with. Time to talk it over. On first down, Tannehill. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Henry. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down.
A gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Tannehill. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it's 3rd and short. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
It's 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. On the return comes Cobb. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 37 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They run. It's Gurley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
1st down.
Watson now to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Texans, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.